Yo, Gilbert, I have great news. We have a new promo to read, and we have a promo code for our listeners. Compas Mania is running wild and is continuing to reach new heights.
What are you waiting for, Fernando? I've been waiting for you to read this new promo because I'm excited about this product, man.
Okay, then. Support for Compas on the Beat is brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best in men's below the waist grooming champions of the world.
I wonder if they're the WBC, WBO, IBF, or WBO champion. Sorry, Fernando, I couldn't help myself. I'm a boxing guy. I needed some humor there.
Manscaped is the undisputed champion, bro. Now, can I continue this promo?
Yeah, go ahead, whatever.
Manscaped offers precision engineered tools for your family jewels. Manscaped just launched their fourth generation trimmer, the Lawnmower 4.0. You heard that right, the 4.0. Join over 2 million people worldwide who trust Manscaped. And with this exclusive offer for you, 20% off and free worldwide shipping with the promo code COMPAS at manscaped.com.
What was that promo code again, Fernando?
COMPAS.
I love that promo code. Now I'm thinking that must be the first time ever in the history of the world that Compas was used for a promo code. So we're making history, Fernando.
Yes, sir, Gilbert. Imagine shaving with a slick, well-designed, and optimized trimmer that makes shaving time your favorite time in the bathroom.
Wow, we're some of the first people here to try this 4.0 lawnmower that, I was blown away. The craftsmanship, the details. And Fernando, I love to save time. As a reporter, we're all about saving time. We got deadlines to make, but this lawnmower 4.0 is a reporter's best friend. So you like that reporter's best friend? And I'm already busy, man, trimming the mustache. There's a reason why this mustache looks so good on me. Now Manscaped has me covered for my other trimming needs. It's easy to use, and I'm saving time, Fernando.
Bro, there you have it, people. The Compas approve of Manscaped and the new Lawnmower 4.0. So go get yourself and let the Compas hook you up. Get 20% off and free shipping with the promo code COMPAS at manscaped.com.
Your huevos will thank you. Now let's get to the show.
Welcome to Compas on the Beat. I am Fernando Ramirez, Chargers beat reporter for Sports Illustrated. With me, as always, my tag team partner, my co-host, Gilbert Manzano, Chargers beat reporter for the OC Register and LA Daily News. What's up, bro?
Fernando, tag me in now, man. Like, what are we doing? We're a tag team now? I saw your boys, the Mysterio family,
Whoa. Why are we getting ahead of ourselves?
Well, you just mentioned tag team, but like...
I know, but that's how we are. But hey, I'm surprised you even have time for me nowadays with you being a TikTok star.
Bro, why are you telling
You're an influencer?
Why are you telling people about my new TikTok account? Yes, I'm on TikTok. You got a problem with that? Beat reporters can be on TikTok as well. I'm a content creator. You mentioned I'm an influencer. I did miss the backlash WWE pay-per-view because I've been making fire TikToks. You got a problem with that?
Fire TikTok content creator. Hey, it's time to update the Twitter bio. I'm not done with this TikTok topic though. TikTok topic. Look at that. I'm over here throwing out some fire. But before we get there, just wanted to say we have another great guest on Compas on the Beat. Later on, we'll be talking to the OC Register Clippers beat reporter Miriam Swanson. She'll break down the NBA playoffs. Just give us a little insight on the LA Clippers and some on the Sparks as well. But let's get back to TikTok. I'm just messing with you, bro. Relax. I made one too, but I'm not at your level yet. I'm still learning. My teacher kind of sucks. She hasn't been helping me out with it, but I'll get there. I'm gonna go viral with my cooking skills on the smoker, bro.
Yeah, you've been lagging it on TikTok. I keep looking at your profile. I want to like your videos, man. I want to support you as well, and I keep seeing zero.
My teacher sucks. I'm like, hey, she's like, my brother had graduation. Okay, how is that my problem?
I hope your teacher is not watching right now because you're throwing her under the bus. And
she deserves everything she's about to get.
Hey, I've been editing my videos on my own. I don't need a coach, but a coach sounds great. I probably do. But I hope you do blow up, Fernando, on TikTok because TikTok is a way of the future, man. People make fun of it, but these Gen Zer kids, is that what it is? Gen Z, they like TikTok, but us, I guess we're millennials now. We're old people now. We make fun of TikTok because of the dancing. Should I start doing some moves? I probably shouldn't. I'm gonna embarrass myself right now. But it's the future, man. It's the way that we consume media. So I'm not trying to get left behind as a dinosaur reporter. So I'm jumping on the train. I'm gonna edit videos. I'm gonna be on there. I probably won't dance, but I'm gonna give you some more reporting on TikTok. So, you
Who are
know,
you?
hey,
You
I'm
go to
thinking.
Dallas, you take that picture, you're an influencer now. I mean, what's going on with you? ¿Dónde
Uh,
está Gilberto?
Hey, I'm thinking ahead, friend. When you're gonna get left behind at the bus station, I'm gonna be an influencer with 2 million followers. Okay, I'm getting carried away, but not just because of for reporting aspect. I'm getting lost in the videos, man. These TikTok videos, the food videos. Like I keep scrolling through all these like taco places, steak places, every type of food you could think of. Asian food. I get lost there. So it's kind of like a pros and cons, but overall, I'm having a good time with it, man.
You know what's funny is that my there's 5 people in my house. Obviously, my parents, my brother, and my sister. Out of the 5 of us, my dad's the one that's on TikTok.
Really?
He loves that stuff, but like he doesn't make videos or anything. He just goes and looks at different videos, and he always sends me like food recipes and stuff like that. But man, he's been making them. Like he goes and he makes these recipes, and I'm like, oh my god, this shit's actually like really good. Like it's really good stuff. Like he goes and like he's like, oh, I learned about it, but he's like he says it TikTok. So like he'll be like, lo aprendí en el TikTok, and I just start laughing. And it's like really good food. Like it's good stuff. And then he made like this sauce. It has chorizo in it. This like sauce that he makes, and I'm like, oh my god, this is delicious. And he makes like it in big quantities so that obviously we have some. But man, some of the stuff that he's learned on there, God bless him, because some of the food that he's made on there is fire.
First question: how did your dad learn about TikTok?
I think one of my cousins told him about it, and he like thought it would be interesting. And I think some of his friends have it too. So like he started looking at the videos, and sometimes he'll look and scroll through them. Sometimes he'll send us stuff like one of them was like, oh, how to pack more efficiently. So when I went to Vegas a couple of weeks ago, I packed the way he told me that they told him on TikTok, and yeah, actually, like it was interesting. Like everything's smaller. There's not like all this compact clothes and everything, so it's a lot better. And then like he learned how to fold clothes. Like he knows how to fold clothes, obviously, but like he learned how to fold in a certain way in TikTok. And he folds my like sometimes he'll like fold like his own clothes, and it doesn't look like like a lot of clothes are in his closet and stuff. It's everything is compact. So I'm like, oh wow. I'm like, damn, maybe I should learn how to fold like that.
Yeah, no, the videos are very informative, but I also like the kind of the Mexican humor on there, or the Latino videos they
He sent
make,
me some of those too.
like especially the ones with the dad. There's like a guy, or I guess like a teenager. I don't know, he's like some young kid on there, and he's always making videos about making fun of his dad. Like when it's a day off, dads can't like sit down and enjoy the
Yeah.
time off. They need to work on the house, so like it's always like a video of him like making fun of his dad, like hey, yeah, hey, huevón, apúrate a trabajar ahorita, a chambear. And like you guys like these funny voices. So the Mexican humor, the one that's really hot right now. Remember that Canelo Alvarez post the press conference,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
where he's
Where he's
like,
like, I'll fuck you up, my friend.
"Hey,
Yeah.
this is a family show,
I'm
right?
sorry. My bad.
Watch the words there for now. You have to censor that, but yes, there's a lot of f bombs with an accent, and it kind of blew up on TikTok. So yeah, I went on there to kind of be a reporter and kind of learn how to share news, but the videos are hilarious, man. And the Canelo one just has me dying every time.
No, yeah, no, it's it was hilarious. I mean, when it says I don't want to turn in my homework, and it's like, and they do the Canelo thing. But
It's
yeah,
my
no,
night.
yeah, exactly. So those are hilarious. Congratulations to Canelo, by the way. I think I saw that he got married. So congratulations to Canelo Alvarez
Yeah.
for getting married, El Campeón.
You know how I found out? On TikTok.
Oh, really? I saw it on Instagram. One of my buddies sent it to me. But yeah, no, congratulations to Canelo and his family. Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, TikTok, they just have everything. Like I'm telling you, recipes, that stuff, everything. So it's incredible to see all the different stuff that TikTok brings you. But I saw you posted a video there from our visit to rookie minicamp over last Friday. So Charger fans, please make sure to follow my boy on TikTok at gils.sportsbeats. And you can follow me as well, same as Twitter, on Instagram at Real F Ramirez. Gil, you should have done your handle the same as your Twitter and your Instagram. Bro, I'm thinking like 3D dimensional, like Doc Brown said in Back to the Future. You're not thinking 3-dimensional, Marty. I'm thinking 3-dimensional, bro.
Yeah, Now that I think about it, yeah, my Twitter and my Instagram and now my TikTok, they're all different. But because I don't like one. I keep for I wanted something so simple like Gilbert, like at Gilbert Manzano, and that was taken, by the way. I was surprised. Even he at Gilberto Manzano, they were all taken. So I think for Twitter, I just
Bro,
wanted the
there's
20.
posers out here.
I know they're taking my. I should buy them off like a jersey number. But for Twitter, I think I had to put 24 for Kobe, and then for Instagram, I wanted to make it more like, oh, I covered the NFL, so I put G Manzano NFL. And then I started thinking, well, I cover more than the NFL. I cover a bunch of different sports beats. I'm going to tell you, I cover the Clippers on Friday. I'm going to tell you later on about that. I
Bro,
cover boxing.
multidimensional.
So I went with a kind of a DJ kind of name for TikTok, Gil.sportsbeats. So so I know a compas on the beat. We put one beat, but it should be multiple beats because we're versatile, man. We do it all. So Gil.sportsbeats, follow me there.
What's funny is that I did mine. The reason why I did Real F Ramirez, one was somebody was taking my tweets back in the day, and they were saying that it was me. Like some guy had put like my same. I can't remember what my Twitter handle was before Real F Ramirez, but he was putting out fake Charger stuff, and people
Really?
thought it was me. So I was like, whoa, that's not me. Like, don't freaking believe these people. So I put it at Real F Ramirez, and then like I see some people that have like my coworkers sometimes would put NBC on their Twitter handles. I'm like, don't do that. They're like, why? I'm like, because if you leave NBC, you have to change it, and if you're verified, they're gonna take away the check mark. So I decided to do something like that, like at Real F Ramirez, so I could never say, oh, I have to take off the thing or whatever because I have to switch my name because I'm no longer working with that entity.
Well,
So,
for Fernando, not to cut you off, but it must be nice to worry about being verified. These problems they don't bother me because I don't have the blue check mark like you, so I can change my name whenever I want.
bro, we got to get you. Can you imagine if you got verified on TikTok before Twitter,
I'm
Instagram?
leaving Twitter forever. Like they want me over here. They acknowledge me.
No, they should acknowledge you, bro. That's messed up. But Gilbert, let's talk a little bit about Chargers rookie minicamp for a little bit. It was good to be back out there doing some live reporting, getting to like hang out for a little bit. What were some of your takeaways?
Yeah, first of all, let's start with the third round pick wide receiver, Josh Palmer. I think I pointed him out to you. Like, I'm
Yeah,
like, is that number 5 right there? Josh Palmer looks like a big dude, like a
he does.
big, strong dude that everything you read coming out of, I guess when the Chargers drafted him, which was kind of a big surprise in the third round, it was kind of early. You start reading the bio, like, oh, this guy's a jump ball machine, and you start thinking, oh, he kind of sounds like Mike Williams, but I'm like, Mike Williams is a big dude himself. And then I saw Josh Palmer in person. I'm like, this guy is bulky. This guy is strong. I could definitely, be kind of a, deep threat down the field guy. But overall, it was kind of fun to watch him go against Asante Samuel Jr. Obviously, they're kind of friends from high school, or they are friends from high school, and them going at it up close and personal. It was cool to be back out there, and I get to see you in person too for now. So it was all good Friday.
You know what was funny to me though is that we're no longer Gilbert Manzano and Fernando Ramirez. We're the compas. Everybody was saying what's up to us as the compas because I mean, yeah, we walked together over to practice and everything, but everybody's like, "Oh, the compas, the compas, the compas." So I just started laughing. I didn't know we were that loved at like in the Chargers facility. I was like, "Oh wow, this is pretty cool." So that was pretty awesome to see. But yeah, I thought that was hilarious that like we're the compas. We're no longer Gilbert and Fernando.
Yeah, the word compas is catching on, like you mentioned in the promo earlier, compas mania. I kind of like that actually. They're all wondering, and it kind of felt like the first day of school because it's been a minute since we're out at
Yeah.
a Chargers camp, and just another takeaway that from that day was the owner was out there, Dean Spanos. He got to shake hands with the first round pick, Rashawn Slater, and with Slater. You could kind of see a little bit why people are kind of, saying like his arms are not that big, but this guy, he's strong, he's built. And I was watching him kind of, the way he kind of moved his feet. And I think a coach was telling him, okay, you're doing it wrong. But he picked it up right away. And he was kind of like, he became an instant leader. Like he processes things very quickly. And then you remember him saying, I'm a technician. I'm the best technician in the offense in terms of offensive tackles in the NFL draft. And you see like, yeah, maybe the arms are not as long as you want them to be, but in terms of polished skills, a quick processor, a leader, and he's shaking hands with Dean Spanos. So he's doing something right. So overall, I think it was a good first day for the first round pick.
Yeah, no, and I mean, I noticed that his feet were really quick. Like he was when he was jumping back and backpedaling and everything. I was like, oh wow, okay, this kid's pretty good. Um, that was one of my takeaways was that like obviously Rashawn looked good. uh I know it's interesting. Like everybody's like trying to wonder what's going to happen with all these draft picks and stuff. But I mean, the three that we with the three first round draft or the three picks for the first three picks, we saw right away. I mean, they were right in front of us. Obviously, we saw Sante Samuel Jr. When we talked to them after, I mean, he sounds like a guy that has a chip on his shoulder. Like he is just excited about getting out there. He talked about Derwin, said that it was awesome that Derwin and him are going to start watching film, go over stuff. Gilbert, you know what has me a little bit intrigued though? What's happening a couple of blocks away from Chargers training facility over at Jack Hammett Sports Complex. We've been watching videos, and let me tell you first off, Justin Herbert, the hair is back. The he's starting to get his hair starting to grow back, but I've seen a couple of videos now, and all the receivers are there. All their guys are there. It's Mike Williams, it's Keenan Allen, it's Justin Herbert. I mean, they're really working, Gilbert.
Yeah, and I think Palmer mentioned that after rookie minicamp, he's going to go over there
Yep.
across the street to Jack Hammett and work out with the veterans. And yeah, I know it's kind of an off-season hype, and they're just out there with shorts and they're just throwing the ball around. But you know, when you have a star quarterback like Justin Herbert and the rookie year that he had, it gets a lot of people excited. There's like you can have holes on your team and you can have some weaknesses, but when you have a star quarterback who you could rely on every Sunday, it gets the energy going. Then you see them out there kind of just throwing. It gets people really excited. So, I'm not going to take too much away from guys in shorts kind of throwing the ball around. Same thing with the rookie minicamp. It was like a 1 hour thing, so you can't take away too much. So for now, I'm going to move on from, guys in shorts. We're gonna get really into Chargers and into training camp. So
Bro.
I know you want to keep talking about the shorts, but I want to talk about you, Fernando.
All I was gonna finally say was, with a new offense, a new offensive system, it's good to see these guys out there, and that's it. I'm done. But yeah,
Okay, but it's May. Keep that in mind. And then actually, one more thing. I'm like, that's Joe Lombardi. Like, it was kind of weird. I know I was gonna try to segue for the weekend, but it was kind of weird seeing the new coaching staff, like Brandon
it
Staley's out
really
there,
was.
Joe Lombardi, and you're like, okay, it's not Anthony Lynn anymore. Like, I miss seeing Coach Stu out there, but it's a whole new coaching staff out there.
That
So
was the first thing I think you and I said when we walked out there. I'm like, wow, like Anthony is not out here anymore. And I mean, honestly, whatever anybody's feelings were, Anthony to us was always a great guy. He never got frustrated with us. He never lost his cool with us. He was always great. He understood we have a job to do. We understand he has a job to do. So honestly, Anthony was always a great human being to us. And I mean, man, his story was just incredible. And I mean, just the way we were able to get to know him a little bit more deeper was honestly awesome. But yeah, no, I mean, you got to see Brandon Staley. John Spanos was out there, Tom Telesco, AG Spanos. So it was a full house on obviously the veteran players aren't there, but it was a full house on Friday.
yeah, I'm telling you, it was like a first day of school kind of thing. Everybody saying hi to each other, and also like because of COVID, I felt like last year we were so distant from each other. We couldn't really talk to each other.
Yeah.
Now we're like close. We're saying hi, how you doing? Good to see you a little closer. Like we're still kind of doing some protocols, but we're a little closer now. So, but again, Fernando, it's the first day. Can we finally talk about you? Because I feel like you're having a good off season. Like you're the star of the off season. I see you enjoying yourself with the smoker. Like you're learning how to cook. And I'm over here, working hard, covering 3 different sports. Humble brag by me there, but I need a story. I'm jealous because you're out there enjoying the offseason. You got to cover Chargers rookie camp. You're working hard too, but not as much as me. But so I want to hear your downtime. Give me something, and I kind of gave you some homework. I wanted you to share what you did this weekend. Tell me about it.
Bro, I really didn't do much. I mean, Saturday I had my cousin over, little Daniel, and he's never watched the Fast and Furious movies. So we've been starting to watch those
We love those, by the
as
way.
we go. Honestly, I'm a fan of them, and then The Rock comes in and everything, and I think he made it even better. But yeah, we watched number 2, number 3. No, we watched number 2, then we jumped because I told him you don't have to watch Tokyo Drift until after number 6, so we're good. So we're up to number 5 with The Rock, and then he's like, "Oh my god, I want to watch number 6." I'm like, "Bro, I have to take you home." He's only 16, so I'm like, "I have to take you back home." And then he's like, "All right, fine." So we're gonna wait to watch that one. But my brother Daniel got home from his duties over the weekend, and he wanted me to make picanha. So that's a. I know you're like, what
I
is
was
that? I'm
like I don't want to sound like I'm
it's
dumb.
meat. No, no, no. It's a certain type of meat, but like, so I put it in the smoker for about 2 hours, and then I season it. Then I do 2 hours in the smoker. Then I finish it off on the grill. So that's what I did yesterday. That's what I or on Sunday. That's the kind of food I made. Obviously, honestly, just over the weekend, I really didn't do anything. I just after Friday, I just wanted to like chill out and not do anything because that drive kind of took a lot out of me. I don't know for what reason. I think it's because we were in the sun for an hour that I was kind of like, but I was able to do that, and I made the picanha. And honestly, I had fun. I mean, it was just a relaxing weekend. Watched the Padres sweep the Cardinals, so that was pretty interesting. Man, no Fernando Tatis Jr., no Eric Hosmer, something, and Will Myers. All these guys are in COVID protocol because of contact tracing and all that stuff. So obviously, like they weren't able to do that. And by the way, Gilbert, you did a great job last Thursday refereeing the Real Madrid Granada game. Real Madrid
I was going to
won
ask you
4-1.
about that.
Yeah, exactly. Gil Manzano did a great job. This weekend, though, I was bummed because Madrid was winning 1-0. Real Madrid was beating whoever the hell they were playing. I can't remember who. And Osasuna had Atletico de Madrid down. If Atletico lost or tied and Real Madrid won, they would be the number one in the league and they'd win the title almost certainly. Well, in the last 5 minutes, Osasuna gives up 2 Atletico de Madrid goals, so they stay on top. Real Madrid's right underneath. Barcelona lost. Take that L home and go cry to your mama. So Barcelona's out of it, and now it's just Real Madrid and Atletico de Madrid and Real Madrid. One more game. There's one game left, Gilbert. The winner takes home. So if Atletico wins, they win the title. If Atletico ties or loses and Real Madrid wins, Real Madrid is the champion. So this weekend is going to be Saturday morning is going to be very interesting, Gilbert, to see who wins the title. But yeah, that was my weekend. But Superstar, you mentioned it.
Wait, Fernando.
What?
We gotta name these Fernando weekends. I want to make it a segment. I'm gonna do like a radio voice, like, and that is Fernando's wrap up weekend. Like, do you like that as like a segment?
Bro, that sounds good. But
you do it quick. You don't have the radio. It's like a 1 minute thing. You do it all fast. Yeah. Blah, blah blah blah. And that is my weekend.
Yeah, I mean, I could do. I mean, I'm not gonna go all hacks on you and go the best 15 minutes of sports. But definitely,
it sounded like it. But first of all, one question on the weekend. Let me get one follow up. Like,
right. You got as many as you want, bro.
Okay, after a while, you don't think the Fast and the Furious movies are stupid? Like after like 5 or 6, bro, like you have to keep watching.
Bro, that's very disrespectful. No, because you know what's coming up. Do you want me to get hyped?
Uh-oh.
Man, I am gonna watch John Cena as a heel. Do you know how hyped I am for that? Like this upcoming Fast and Furious, you can do whatever the hell you want. You can go to the moon for all I care. I get to see my boy.
You can't see him though. Who is that? I can't see.
Oh yeah, who's by myself.
Yeah, okay.
I get to see my boy John Cena as a heel. I loved him in WWE. I thought his character was awesome. I know people, dude, I was there one time when they started the "Let's go Cena, Cena sucks." It sounded like women and little kids were chanting "Let's go Cena," and all the adult men were like, "Cena sucks." But John Cena feeds off of that stuff. I mean, it's been sad not to be able to watch him in WWE in a while, but I'm so hyped to see John Cena play a bad guy. Do you see the way he's like looking at him? He's like, "It's been a long time, Dom." Oh.
I really got you going for that though.
Hyped.
I'm kind of regretting asking you that follow-up question.
I know the Fast and the Furious. The Fast and the Furious 7 and 8 were a little but 9 has me hyped. Man, John Cena as a heel. That's all I got to tell you, bro. I get to see John Cena as a heel.
Can I give you a hot take about movies, and don't ask me a follow up, and we just move on and let people kind of be like, what?
I love movies, so if
no follow up question. I've never seen the Lord of the Rings movies. I've never seen the Harry Potter movies. Is that a hot take?
The Lord of the Rings, I'm not a big fan of. I feel like it's like either that's Star Wars and Star Trek, I guess. But I've never been a huge Lord of the Rings. I watched them and I'm like,
okay. I thought I was gonna blow your mind away, like
Harry
avocados.
Potter. I mean, Harry Potter. I kind of understand because I have other friends who have never watched him either. I love Harry Potter though. You know, it's funny. I read all the books, and then for the last book, the final one, I didn't read the book because I didn't want it to ruin the movie. So I didn't read the final book. I watched the final movie. I actually watched the final movie in Paris. I was on a vacation with 2 of my cousins, and we went to go watch the premiere of it. and we actually saw Hermione walking around, and like we like yelled her name, and she turned around and waved at us. I'm like, oh, hey! And then
Wait. You watched the premiere of Harry Potter in Paris. You're
yeah.
gonna
Oh
act
no,
like
we were
that?
in
Like,
London. We were in London. We were in London for the premiere of Harry. Like we were in London during the premiere of Harry Potter, and she was getting out of a car. Hermione, I can't remember Emma Watson. She was getting out of a car to go to the premiere, and like we just screamed out like we're like Hermione or like Emma, and she turns around and she like waved at us, and I was like, oh okay, cool. But man, I asked people. I mean, I was a journalist back then too. In 2011, I went. And I was like, hey, how long have you guys been standing there? And people were like, oh, we've been standing here for, I don't know, like 3 or 4 days. And I'm like, 3 or 4 days?
nice accent.
I appreciate it, mate. So I'm like, are you guys serious? I was like, wow. So yeah, I was in, so the premiere was there. A week later, the movie premieres worldwide, and I was in Paris, and I got to watch it in Paris. So it was incredible. The only thing is, I couldn't stand it.
You are Mr. Worldwide. You just dropped an Australian accent. It sounded Australian, and then you went British, and then you went to Paris. You went to London. Oh, keep going. Go, whatever. You're losing
Bonjour,
me.
Bonjour, mate. The thing that frustrated me though was that the people that we were in the theater with were clapping for every damn scene. I'm like, shut up! Like, stop! Like, oh, they see this guy. Oh! I'm like, dude, get out of here! No clapping. It's a movie, not a damn play. So I was getting frustrated, but hey, all in all, it was a great movies. Gilbert, I need to get you into that Harry Potter life. You won't know what it's like until you live that Harry Potter life. I'm a Gryffindor, baby. I'm all about that.
Let's see how many of the listeners hear this part that have never seen Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter, and they're gonna go after me on Twitter like my avocados thing. You know, I keep getting hate for that, but whatever.
You thought people were gonna come after me, and they came after you.
Who doesn't like alcohol? Who doesn't like alcohol? Tell me. Okay, whatever. Anyways, keep going. We're going off the rails.
All right, superstar. You mentioned it though. You cover the NFL, boxing, and Clippers this weekend. You're a machine, bro. Yeah, right. How was all that?
Thanks for reading that for me. I am a machine. Like I told you, it's guild.sportsbeats. You know, I cover everything. I should stop doing that. I'm embarrassing myself. But I did I covered 3 sports this weekend. While you're out there, you know, smoking grills and watching Fast and the Furious, your compa, I was working. You know, I went from Chargers camp to I filled in for Miriam Swanson, who we're going to hear from in a little bit. Make sure to follow her work. She's a Clippers beat writer, great NBA reporter. But I filled in for her on Friday, and I had to cover the Clippers versus Rockets game, which was kind of ugly because Paul George and Kawhi Leonard didn't play in that game. But it was nice to kind of be an NBA reporter. I used to cover some when I was in Las Vegas. I used to cover NBA Summer League. You know, they were there for 2 weeks, so I covered a lot of NBA. But never really actually, now I think about it, this might be my first non-Summer League NBA game that I got to cover. So put that on the resume, check mark there. That was my Friday, so I got to cover that. You know, talk to guys like Ty Lue. Yeah, so it was an ugly game, but it was okay to cover the Clippers. So I do it all, and then I moved over to Saturday, and I have to cover some boxing. If you're kind of a casual boxing fan, you didn't know about the card on Saturday on Showtime between Luis Nery and Brandon Figueroa, and yeah, I'm a hardcore boxing guy. So when I saw this fight, I'm like, okay, I want to be there. It was in Carson at the War Grounds. No fights in the stands this time, Fernando. So
disappointing.
I know it wasn't an all-out Royal Rumble brawl there. So, but Luis Nery, you know, came into the fight as the favorite because he has power. He's a Mexican from Tijuana, not too far from you, right there on the border. But Brandon Figueroa he's known as a high volume puncher, but not much power. You know what happened? He knocked him out with some body shots. So Brandon Figueroa squashed that narrative. He does have the power. And stay with me, if you're a hardcore boxing fan, you know where I'm going to. Brandon Figueroa now wins a WBC championship for junior featherweight. These are the smaller guys, 122. Brandon is not going to fight Stephen Fulton for an undisputed, not undisputed. I'm already blanking for another belt, though. There's so many belts in boxing that I think of Stephen Fulton as a WBO belt. Stay with me again, WBO belt. And now Figueroa has the WBC. So it's going to be a unification. Yeah, unification bout. So if you're a big boxing fan, I got you caught up now. Brandon Figueroa against Stephen Fulton, September 11th.
That was such a delayed reaction, though. Like, he hits him. I saw the video. And, like, this dude still kind of, like, goes for a punch, and then he goes, and then he, like, falls over. I'm like, why was that such a delayed reaction?
The body shots,
incredible. Man. And you know what? I've noticed that from Canelo. Canelo started to do that a lot recently. He starts doing the body shots. I remember when he fought that like Russian giant. I can't remember the guy's name, but everybody, Canelo, he fought him a couple of years ago, like 3 or 4 years. He went up to like 180, 185 to fight him. He was going body shots, and he finally threw one at his like kidneys, and the dude dropped. But that was like the Brandon's hit on Saturday, man. That was such a delayed reaction.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. It's the liver shots. So you mentioned the Canelo one. The one I always go to is Oscar De La Hoya going down against Bernard Hopkins with that liver shot too. But that's how it is in boxing, man. Those body shot knockouts are rare, but they're fun to watch because that delay reaction is a little different.
Yeah, no, I feel you, but it was, I don't know. I want to get more into it, and I try, but like, man, there's so many belts, there's so many this, there's so much that. So it's interesting though. But I when I saw that you were there, I was like, oh wow, Gilbert went out to go to another fight. I'm like, look at this guy.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm doing it all, and I posted a TikTok of the boxing event. So I'm telling you, what I'm reporting.
I actually didn't see that one.
Yeah, because you're.
I'm gonna go look.
I don't know what kind of friend are you. You're not gonna follow my TikToks. I need to like after you're done with Compas on the Beat, go on all my because I have like 20 videos, man. Like them all. I need the support.
This guy. Well, stop working so hard, Gilbert. I mean, obviously and good job teasing Miriam. We're excited to have her. But stop working so hard. But before we hear from Miriam, here's another reminder to visit our friends at Brewery X in Anaheim. I keep on telling y'all, Gilbert approved this place. What else do you need? So go have a good time at Brewery X in Anaheim and let us know how much you enjoyed yourself there. Okay, now let's talk some NBA basketball with Miriam Swanson. I'm excited for this next guest. We finally get to talk some NBA. It is playoff season. Now joining us is Miriam Swanson, Clippers and Sparks beat reporter for the OC Register and LA Daily News. Miriam, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Ready for the playoffs.
Aren't we all?
Yeah, Miriam, I'm glad you came and joined the show because I need your help with something. I keep looking at this 10-team format, playoff format. I'm like scratching my head, trying to figure out who gets to go where. I saw the Lakers are, I think, the 7th seed, and they're playing the Warriors. But I think overall, I kind of got the concept. But it seems like it could be a little fun, a little confusing. But Miriam, do you like this kind of trial run with the 10-team format? Could it be a permanent thing? Did it take you a while to kind of figure it out as well?
I mean, I guess I get the gist of it, and I think it's going to make for an interesting week this week. I think if you're the team that it obviously made things very interesting. The last couple days of the season, probably even more interesting than normal, similar to like the wild card did in baseball. But there's that that NCAA tournament feel of like one game, anything can happen. So like the Lakers play the Warriors tomorrow. The Lakers are a very good team, and the Warriors are not as great a team, but they're the Warriors, and they have Steph Curry. So if Steph goes, or not tomorrow, Wednesday, if Steph goes off, then it's one game, right? But the Lakers aren't out of it. Then they shift down and they play the winner of the 9th and 10th seed. So between Memphis and San Antonio, and we'll go from there, and then whoever goes from there gets to play the number 1 seed. So it's kind of like a roundabout way of doing it. It's definitely different. I know LeBron wasn't happy about the idea, but it was what it is. So we'll see how it plays out, and we'll see how unhappy the losers are, and how okay with it everybody else is, and we'll see what they decide.
Hey, they're churning the pot. They're getting it. They're trying to get a little bit more exciting. So I'm all for it. Why not? So let's focus now on the Clippers. They have an intriguing matchup against the Dallas Mavericks. Kawhi versus Luka. Miriam, what are you expecting to see from this matchup? And do you think the Clippers are in a little bit of trouble with the way Dallas has played down the stretch?
Yeah, the Dallas has been hot, and the Clippers have been doing their best to not be hot, especially the last couple of games. Because as Gilbert covered that game, they did that again yesterday, where they basically played as few important players as possible in order to lose to the 2 worst teams in the Western Conference, so that they could get the seeding not so they could get the seeding they wanted. No, they just wanted to rest their players, which they succeeded in doing. I mean, nobody got hurt. Everybody's not worse for wear. I mean, like the Lakers played LeBron in the 4th quarter yesterday, and he turned his ankle. So health is important. So that is, that's what they were doing, of course. But in the process, they got the 4 seed, they got Dallas. So I don't think they're like sweating Dallas a lot. But Dallas is a good team, and Luka's a great player, and they've got a good, great coach and a good supporting cast. They pushed him to 6 last year. Of course, PG had like a horrible shooting stretch that last first round, which everybody knows about, until he broke out of it. So we'll, it's going to be interesting. Dallas beat them by 51 points on the first time they met this year. That probably won't happen again. But I think, the Clippers, they know what they want to do. They have a week to figure it out. I think it's going to be a competitive series, but the Clippers have so much firepower and so much shooting, and I don't think Dallas has the perimeter defense to really stop that overall. So I think the Clippers will be okay, although it should be competitive.
Miriam, you mentioned Paul George. I missed him in my return as an NBA reporter. I got to see a lot of non-playoff players for that game I covered. But let's talk about a little more about Paul George. Cover him for the entire season. How much of that topic came about throughout the whole year about what he did last year and kind of flamed out in the second round, superstar player like that? And is there extra pressure for him to deliver this postseason? And before the kind of the rest, was he playing well? Is he in a groove? Do you think he would deliver this postseason? Paul George, that is.
For his sake, I hope so. Because, I think especially early on, he was asked about it a lot. And now every now and then he still gets asked about it. And the thing about PG is that he's pretty forthcoming. Like he'll sit there and he'll say, yeah, I thought about it all summer and I worked really hard and it motivated me. And I thought about Kobe and I listened to Kobe quotes and, and I, try to get his head right. And he has for stretches this season been absolutely spectacular. There was like a 2-week stretch where he was scoring 30 plus points a game and like while Kawhi was out and lately his shot's not been falling, but he's still like leading the team with assists in those days or almost getting a triple double. So, or like, he had a poor shooting night, but was like plus 24, like while everybody else was like plus 11. So like, he's still such, it's easy to look at Paul George for a lot of people and kind of nitpick and be like, playoff P or whatever. But he really is a fantastic basketball player. And so hopefully, for his sake, he can kind of have shooting performances to like, in the right moments to like, sort of put some of that behind him. Because he was a lot of pressure on himself and he sort of absorbs it in a way that, maybe Kawhi Leonard doesn't, because Kawhi Leonard's sort of like an android. And then there's Paul who is not, So that's definitely like, if not the story, one of the stories this the coming few weeks, and it's gonna be interesting.
Miriam, do you feel like this is finally the year that the Clippers win it all? And do you feel like Coach Ty Lue was the final piece that they needed? They were playing well before these last 2 final regular season games.
They probably played exactly how they wanted to play in the last final 2 regular season games. So, yes, Ty's been really, really good for them. He's like, it was absolutely the right hire. He knew this team from being an assistant coach the year before, and he knew sort of like what to do and how to massage different things. Everyone seems to be more on the same page than before. But he's been more flexible with rotations. He's, staggered PG and Kawhi in a way that like Doc didn't. So things like that. He's really unlocked the offense. They had the 4th best 3-point shooting percentage as a team ever in the NBA. So they shot 41.1%, I think, for the season, which is kind of crazy. They have like 9 guys shooting 40% plus from 3. So that's pretty helpful in today's NBA. So like all that kind of stuff. And Ty Lue has like a really composed nature about him. He's chill. He's calm. He's not like he's like a personality that everybody likes without being like a personality that like sucks all the air out of the room, so he's good for this squad in that, or probably for any squad, but good in that way. I think he really gives them a chance at that first title. Plus, he's done it before. He led Cleveland to 3 straight finals and the title. So obviously he had LeBron with him, but now he has Kawhi and PG. So if anyone can do it, I think he can. Do I think this is the year? I don't know. Like, I feel like the Clippers have to do it before I'll say that. I don't know. Like, they have too much history, too much crazy stuff has happened. They can prove it to everybody before I proclaim them the future NBA champions.
Miriam, it feels like you mentioned it, LeBron tight. Like, there are storylines between the two teams in Staples Center. Last year, the Lakers get AD, then it's, hey, you should come with us. Kawhi, come and be the third player. We can do this. Kawhi ends up going to the Clippers. They trade for Paul George. It feels like it felt like last year it was all boiling up and playing out like it's going to be Lakers, Clippers, Western Conference Finals. It's going to be a slugfest. The Clippers lose to the Nuggets, and they're not able to make it. Do you feel like if this matchup ended up happening, because I mean, we heard what Jared Dudley said yesterday. Some teams were ducking us. I don't know who he was talking about. I don't know. I'm not gonna put 2 and 2 together. But do you feel like if it's Lakers and Clippers, do you feel like the Clippers are strong enough to be able to take, if both teams are healthy, it's a slugfest. Both teams are healthy in the Western Conference Finals. Do you feel like the Clippers could beat the Lakers?
Yes, I think they match up pretty well against Lakers. Will they? I mean, the Lakers are the champions. The Lakers have LeBron. So, I'm not gonna say, oh, for sure. But can they? Absolutely can. I think they have the style they play, and then they've proven it. They beat them every time this year, even though the Lakers were shorthanded for some of that, or for 2 of those games. And even last year, they lost the game right before the hiatus began, but they beat them like an opening night on a Christmas. So I don't think this Clippers team, I don't think anybody would willingly face the Lakers earlier than you have to. I don't think that's even a Clippers thing. I think that's just common sense, especially now that, as long as LeBron's healthy and they're, and there's the argument of would you rather get them early so they're not rolling, or would you let the playoffs kind of beat them up a little bit so maybe they're not fully healthy when you get them? So who knows? It's, basketball fate is going to do what it does. But but I think the Clippers absolutely can beat the Lakers if they meet this time.
A lot of ifs, Miriam, but it should be an exciting NBA postseason. But before we let you go, though, I want to ask you about the LA Sparks. You also cover the Sparks as well. I was following your tweets when I was, filling in for you covering that debacle Clippers Rockets game. But you kind of have your own little struggles as well. Were you at a high school gym for the Sparks game? What's going on with the gym there, and what should we expect for the Sparks in 2021?
So they are temporarily being housed in the LA Convention Center. So if you've ever been to the convention center for the car show or whatever, there's a hall that has now been curtained off, and feels sort of like a basketball arena. Nneka Ogwumike said it felt kind of bubbly, but at least it felt like a Sparks bubbly, where it's their colors and their DJ and their people. But it's weird. Yeah, they're playing in a convention center, as not a basketball gym or arena. It's loud and spacious and weird. But they will be back at Staples Center after the Olympics. I think for right now, it's because the Clippers and Lakers and Kings and there's so many other things going on at Staples. They're just next door. But they'll be back as normal at Staples when that gets less busy.
So what?
And then about the team, it's basically a brand new team. They've besides the Nneka and Shanae Ogwumike, they have all new players from 3 seasons ago. So there's going to be some growing pains, it's looking like, after that first game. Derek Fisher, the former Lakers great point guard, this is his 3rd year as a Sparks coach, and they lost Candace Parker over the offseason to free agency. So it's a new identity, new system, new style, a lot of new stuff happening. And they were really enthusiastic going into Friday's season opener. And then it ended up looking like they've got some stuff to figure out, which they absolutely can. but we'll see how long that takes.
Miriam, we appreciate you joining us. Can you tell the good folks out there where they can find you and all your great work on social media?
Yeah, you can find my social media, Twitter at Miriam Swanson, which is MIRJAM Swanson, SWANSON. Or you can go to the OC Registered Sports and you can find my stuff under either the Clippers or Sparks tab, or you can find Gilbert's stuff there too, of course. Read his good work. And yeah, just go.
I love the double plug.
Whatever.
I love the double plug. Thank you, Miriam, so much for joining Compas on the Beat. We truly do appreciate it.
All right. Thanks, you guys. Take care.
Welcome back. Now we have Una Mas presented by Garrison Brothers Bourbon. Man, Gilbert, I know you are excited about trying that out. And you know what? I think Ryan Dyrud told us he has the bottles ready. Gilbert, how excited are you to maybe get one of those bottles ready to go and maybe try it out a little bit?
Dude, I got my drinks ready. I got the ice cubes ready. I just want to try Garrison Brothers. We keep talking about you, Garrison Brothers, and it's on the way finally. So we'll give a better review next week. But I can't wait to try it. And you know what? When the Garrison Brothers arrives, the bourbon, you know what? It will go well with some WWE, some wrestling. I'll watch some. I got to rewatch Backlash, but you got me covered for that. But having a little drink with some wrestling sounds about right to me. But Fernando, can you please catch me up on WWE Backlash? I kind of missed it, but you kept telling me to acknowledge Roman Reigns, which I did, but I missed the fight. What's going on?
How did you not? You have to acknowledge him.
Do I have to talk like that too? I did.
Bro, you have to. So it was honestly, some of the storytelling's been a little and it was WrestleMania Backlash, guy. So don't forget that.
Was that the full name?
They called it the WrestleMania Backlash.
Why?
Like,
it kind of makes sense because the backlash from
WrestleMania. But
like,
I mean,
aftermath.
Yeah,
okay.
Basically.
I got it.
But it was a good.
Apologies, by the way.
First off, we got Rhea Ripley defending her Raw Women's Championship against Asuka and Charlotte Flair. It was a good back and forth match. There was a lot to like about it. But obviously Rhea Ripley ended up retaining her championship. I didn't think WWE would take the belt off of her because, like I said, she's new from NXT. Her first actual match was winning that women's championship match. So Rhea Ripley is obviously one of the top women in the division at Raw. Raw's been having a little bit of problems here and there with some of their storytelling. SmackDown seems like it's been the bigger draw. Maybe it's because they're on Fox and they have more talent. They have Seth Rollins, they have Roman Reigns, they have Cesaro, they have some of these guys, Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio. They have some good names and they're putting good use of work into them. And then on Raw, it's kind of like they have a lot of names and a lot of stuff, but like they kind of screw it up with the way like they start off the show. The promos probably aren't that good, stuff like that. So I mean, hey, but Rhea Ripley is one of the top dogs right now in WWE when it comes to the Raw division. But next, man, Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode went up against Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio. Before the match even happened, Gilbert, they attacked Dominic Mysterio and they made Rey watch. They attacked him. Rey had to come out by himself. It was a 2-on-1 handicap match. Rey held his own, but he was taking some shots, man. I mean, I was like, dude, come on.
Method there. I feel like there's a lot of fights that start like that from wrestling.
The only thing is that in one of those, Michael Cole's like, I don't think Rey Mysterio can beat these odds. Bro, what is he talking about? There was a couple of years ago a fatal four-way match. It was the Big Show, the Great Khali, and Mark Henry, and Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio won that match. What kind of bigger odds do you need? All those guys are 7-foot giants. They're big human beings.
Always doubting the 619. What's up with that?
Exactly. They're haters. But hey, what are we going to do? Then Dominic comes running out to help his dad, and his dad's like, I have a dilemma, because if that was my regular tag team partner, yeah, I'd go tag him, but it's my son, and he's hurt. What should I do? So he ends up tagging Dominic. They go back and forth. Man, Rey had some nice spots. He was doing a lot of really good work. Rey's around 45 years old. You can't tell. He's doing some good work in the ring right now. And obviously Rey ends up doing this like thing where he 619'd Robert Roode. He tags in Dominic. He runs out, jumps over Dolph Ziggler, but grabs his legs and throws him against the barricade. I was like, oh wow, that's a really nice move. And then Dominic pins Robert Roode, and the first ever father-son tag team champions. It was awesome to see. And I mean, Ray, obviously, they got interviewed right after, and Ray said it's a dream come true, that it's a blessing, that he can't believe it. But after the match, Ray and Dominic are walking up the ramp, and they're hugging each other and everything. Rey Mysterio said 3 or 4 times, and it gave me chills. Best moment of my life. Best moment of my. I mean, you can win championships here and there and everything, but to win it with your son was it was incredible to see Ray and Dominic be able to win the championships. Dominic still has a little bit of things he needs to clean up, but hey, he has the best teacher to help him when it comes to Rey Mysterio. And you could tell that WWE superstars are taking to Dominic and they're trying to help him out. So that was awesome to see. And then next, it was Damien Priest. He was with your boy Bad Bunny last time. Bad Bunny, El Conejo Malo, he had to go out. El Conejo Malo hasn't been around. I've been hearing rumors he might be coming to SummerSlam. So, and Gilbert, I got a little secret for you. SummerSlam might be a couple of miles away from us.
Staples Center?
No, a little bit east, in your old stomping grounds.
Dignity Health Sports Park?
No. Out east.
Out east, or going so far?
Bro, your old stomping grounds.
What are you talking about?
Vegas, homie.
Oh, that is. I think I started talking about LA local. Or are you in San Diego? No.
So they're saying that SummerSlam might be at Vegas. We may
T-Mobile Arena.
Oh yeah, we may have to road trip this.
Okay, all right.
That'd be a good little matchup to go out.
Memo to the WWE executives that the compas want to make it out there.
Exactly, we want to do a whole thing, but this is the craziest part. So Batista, you remember Batista, right?
Of course, Batista bomb, the thumbs up and the down.
Exactly. So Batista has a new movie coming out, and I think it is called
the zombies?
Army of the Dead. Yeah, it's being promoted all over. So it's called Army of the Dead. And so Batista made a special appearance on video, and it feels like they're hyping the match up. So it was Damien Priest against The Miz. The Miz starts coming out to the ring with John Morrison and everything, and like zombies start coming out of nowhere, and I'm like, what is this? Like they start jumping in and they start trying to grab the guys. It was Damien Priest against The Miz in a lumberjack zombie match. And they weren't just attacking The Miz, they were attacking Damien Priest too. So it was incredible to see. I know some people aren't high on it, like Chris Jericho from AEW took a shot at WWE. Some people have taken shots. I thought those zombies were a little bit, I mean, it was weird to have them there, but at the same time, they weren't that bad. It was interesting.
Yeah, you showed me before we went on air, and I saw the video. I'm like, I thought it's gonna be a little corny, but it wasn't. Yeah. I kind of like the fog that came in. You know, they weren't like, you know, making like these noises. They were just kind of in there in the way. But hey, it's better than what Alexa Bliss has going on, and the other guy. I don't like that whole setup.
Bray Wyatt.
Yeah. That bro. I remember for WrestleMania, I'm like, what did I just watch? But the zombies way better.
What Alexa Bliss has. You know what? And speaking of that, I'm a little disappointed. So when Daniel and I went for a little mini vacation out to Vegas, we were leaving. We got on the plane, and as the plane was taking off, I saw Alexa Bliss was in the little, like I saw on her social media. She was in the she was 2 or 3 like seats down from where we were sitting or hanging out before our flight, and I was like, damn, I could have met Alexa Bliss. I'm like, I was so disappointed that I couldn't say hi or whatever, because she's awesome, but I like her. I actually like her character, unlike
she's a good wrestler though.
She's really good. She's always been very good. But
Fernando, keep going because I need to charge my laptop, but keep doing the recap. I'm here.
All right, I got you. Damien Priest defeated The Miz. It was a good match. I mean, here and there, it's just obviously some people like the zombies, some don't. Then the SmackDown Women's Champion Bianca Belair, Gilbert has her over his shoulder. She went up against Bayley. It was a very good match. Obviously Bianca Belair retained. Again, I didn't think that they would take the championship off of Bianca. She's too hot right now. In one of those, you should have seen, Gilbert, Bayley stepped on Bianca's hair, and then Bianca actually ends up rolling her up, and she grabs her hair, ties it around Bayley's leg, and pins her with her hair. It was an interesting pin, an interesting pin, but she did it with her hair, and she was able to get Bayley, so she won.
I gotta watch that one.
It was a good match. The next one, Bobby Lashley versus Braun Strowman versus Drew McIntyre. Man, that's like King Kong going up against Godzilla going up against I don't know what else.
Who's the third one?
Yeah, I don't even know what creature, but it was a good match. Drew McIntyre ends up throwing Bobby Lashley through the pyro the pyro in the front of the stage, and Bobby's gone, so it's just Braun and Drew McIntyre going blow for blow, bang, 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 and then Drew McIntyre hits Braun Strowman with his finisher. Bobby Lashley runs into the ring, grabs him, throws him out of the ring, spears Braun Strowman, and pins him. So the almighty Bobby Lashley retains. Like I said, Bobby Lashley's character is too strong, and I'm hearing rumors, Gilbert. This is why we need to go to SummerSlam. It might be Bobby Lashley against a returning Brock Lesnar for the WWE Championship. This is a match that I've been wanting for years. It's two alphas, two huge dudes going up against each other. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Both of those guys fighting each other.
They've never wrestled against each other?
They've never wrestled against each other. I don't think in WWE they've ever wrestled against each other. Because I think Brock Lesnar left, and a year later, Bobby Lashley showed up. And then Bobby Lashley left a year before Brock showed up again in WWE. So that's a match everybody's been waiting for, which I think we might be able to get pretty soon. And then the last match. Bobby Lashley ends up retaining. Then the last match, it was your tribal chief against Cesaro. Very, very, very good matchup.
Did Cesaro get a couple of spin arounds on Roman Reigns?
No, he couldn't get it on Roman.
What?
Yeah, he wasn't able to get it on Roman. Roman was too quick. Roman was too he was able to get out of it, but he did get the sharpshooter in him a couple of times. Roman didn't need help from his cousins Jimmy and Jey Uso, so it was just literally Roman Reigns against Cesaro. Very good match, but Roman ended up it's funny because he put the clutch, I can't remember, the coquina clutch, I can't remember what it's called, the submission maneuver, puts it on Cesaro. Cesaro passes out. A couple of seconds later, the ref goes and checks on Cesaro. Cesaro wakes up and he's like, hey, what's going on? What's going on? Did I win? Did I lose? And so it was crazy, but it was a really good match. I felt like that match was just so good. And Cesaro, honestly, for years, has been one of those guys that's been overlooked in WWE. He's he's been in the company for 10 years. This was his first championship opportunity for one of the big titles. So Cesaro, Kofi Kingston, some of these guys are now starting to get opportunities, and that's good because some of these guys really do have a lot of talent. But overall, it was a good card for WWE. It's just that the storytelling was kind of eh. So wrestling, as far as wrestling in this pay-per-view, was great. I thought it was fantastic. But shout out to Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio, the 619 San Diego shout out. So that's awesome that they were able to do that. The like I said, Gilbert, you need to rewatch this. This was a good card.
Yeah, no, I'm caught up now. You got me excited again. I'm gonna drink it with some bourbon and watch Roman Reigns go at it because I need to acknowledge him as you keep telling me. So thank you for catching me up. I'm ready to watch this WrestleMania Backlash. I got it right. And Fernando, that's now 2 out of 3 combat sports we mentioned today. We got boxing, we got wrestling.
By the way, I went a perfect 6 for 6.
I was waiting for you to give yourself credit.
I went a perfect 6 for 6 on my prediction.
This is why you need to watch Compas on the Beat because Fernando is on lock with his picks here. So I think you can also bet for wrestling matches outcomes. So bro, you can make money. You can make money right here. So
you can bet on anything. But yeah, no, definitely you can bet on wrestling. And the thing is that wrestling, obviously nobody knows but the wrestlers and Vince McMahon. So that's the craziest part.
So kudos to you there on making people money if they did bet on your picks. 6 for 6, pretty impressive. But we don't want to leave out a big UFC card. So before we go, can I do a brief recap on UFC 262?
Bro, I didn't watch it, so I need you to hook me up and help me out.
Yeah, and a little bit for me, I guess a disclosure. I had to cover boxing at the same time as UFC, so I kind of missed most of the card. But I kind of went back and did some research on the main event and the co-main event because I was very intrigued. This card was supposed to have Nate Diaz on it, and when he kind of went off the card, I was like, okay, I don't care as much, but still a very entertaining card. So let's start with the co-main event and Tony Ferguson. At one point, Tony Ferguson was one of the best in the UFC, and we were all getting ready for a big showdown against Khabib, and that never happened. Now Ferguson's coming off a 3-fight losing streak, and he lost on Saturday to make it 3 in a row. I don't want to butcher the guy's name, but I'm gonna say Dariush. Got a decision over him in 3 rounds. So I don't know what Tony Ferguson does from here. He's really falling down in the lightweight rankings. He was one of the best not too long ago. And now a 3-fight losing streak. I don't know where El Cucuy goes from there. I like the nickname, by the way. One of the best, El Cucuy. But, hopefully he figures it out. But UFC is not like boxing. Like in UFC, it's okay to have a couple losses and you'll bounce back. But we'll see for him. And now for the main event, this guy's name is really picking up. I need to do more research on Charles Oliveira. He got a big knockout win against Michael Chandler. Michael Chandler is kind of new to the UFC. He came over from another promotion. First of all, my brother Luis, he's really into MMA right now. He was telling me about Michael Chandler from the other promotion because I kind of focus more on the UFC. He has it all covered. He told me Michael Chandler was a beast, but not for this main event. He gave a good match to Charles Oliveira. But Oliveira, again, that guy is skyrocketing his stock. And he's been in the game for a while. He has 31 wins and 8 losses. Again, losses don't matter in UFC. If you're hot, you can get a title shot. But I remember Charles Oliveira used to always call out Conor McGregor because they're in the same division, lightweight. Now that he's a champion, Khabib is gone. And if Conor wants to be a champion as well, and he gets past Poirier in July, it could be Charles Oliveira against Conor McGregor. And Conor McGregor acknowledged that key word there on social media, Charles Oliveira. So kind of the turntables. What's that? The Office joke that well, the tables have turned, or the turntables have turned.
How
the turntables have
turned. Okay, yeah, I butchered it, but Charles Oliveira has he's skyrocketing, and that could be a good fight down the road for Conor McGregor. But Conor McGregor has his hands full against Dustin Poirier in July.
It was down the road from you, huh? The Toyota Center.
No, that's it. You're getting confused with the Honda Center. Different car.
The Honda Center. My bad.
Anaheim, but Toyota Center it's in Houston. But hopefully they bring another UFC card to LA. That'd be cool to kind of cover.
Well, I mean, unless they have fans, I don't think it's gonna. I don't think they're gonna do anything like that.
But yeah, we'll see. It was kind of a bummer that Nate Diaz wasn't out there fighting. Obviously, that would have been a much bigger card.
When is he fighting?
I think my brother was trying to tell me that I think maybe June he might get rebooked to fight. So we'll see about that. But yeah, not a lot of big names, but still an intriguing card for UFC 262. And as we're getting closer to the big showdown with McGregor and Poirier.
I saw that McGregor called him out. Not called him out, but like he said something about it. They said that he's now the 12th lightweight champion or something like that. Yeah. And then Conor said, I wonder who the 13th could be, and he put ...
Yeah.
Like,
so
ooh.
Again, he's acknowledging Charles Oliveira, so that could be a very intriguing matchup down the road. So we'll see where they make that fight happen. But again, Conor McGregor, man, he's iffy now. Like you can't guarantee wins with him anymore. So he needs to get past Dustin Poirier in the trilogy. So we'll see. But he is looking down the road to being a champion again. So maybe his mind is right. He's thinking future. He's training right. So we'll see.
Yeah, no, hopefully. I mean, and that's the thing is that when Conor's good, this sport is thriving. The boxing world loves it. So hopefully Conor can get back into his groove because, like I said, I miss watching Conor do his thing. It's just been a while since we've seen him do it. So I just remember he lost to Khabib. He fought that guy where he knocked him out in like 15 seconds, right? Or something like that.
Yeah, I forget. Yeah, that was Cowboy Cerrone.
Yeah, Cowboy, and then he fought Poirier and
lost.
So
he's up and down a lot. But again, like I mentioned, UFC L's don't matter. They just want to see the best fight the best, and that's what happens. You fight the best, you lose every now and then.
I mean, then you saw who the best individually paid athlete was last year, and it was Conor McGregor. So hey. Yeah. He's doing something right. He's a big money draw. I think Conor's put himself in that category where no matter what happens, he's gonna be the money draw.
Yeah, now that I think about it, I wonder if Mayweather came back because he likes to have that title of being the richest athlete. He probably saw McGregor at the top. You know what? Let me go fight Logan Paul for an easy payday and top that Forbes list next year.
Dude, that was a crap show. Like what happened? Oh, I got your hat, and then they start pushing and shoving each other.
It's gotcha hat.
Oh yeah, gotcha hat, and then he like tattoos that he gotcha hat. I don't know what's going on with that whole card, but
we're gonna get into it though in the weeks coming up.
I mean,
I know the boxing purists hate it, but
I wonder if it's gonna happen.
Well, 3 weeks away, man. I think we're really close. I think it's gonna happen.
Okay.
They had a promotion, and you saw the gotcha hat thing, so I think it is.
If McGregor was to hit if Mayweather hits the canvas, no. I think everybody would think it's bought. Like
as a big boxing fan, we're all rooting for Mayweather to school this
and
guy.
A lot of people hate Mayweather. A lot of people, I don't know.
They hate both
and stuff, but So I feel like here people are gonna be like, yeah, I'd rather Mayweather.
Yeah, we are on Mayweather's side as a boxing fan. Like we don't want a YouTuber to beat one of the best of all time. I know he's older now, but still, skills should really be okay for him.
You don't think Canelo would go in the ring with one of these two fools, would he?
well, Canelo makes enough money that he doesn't need to embarrass himself with this, but I don't know. You never know when you throw a bunch of money at you,
Because to me, I think Canelo could take both of these guys on at the same time and beat them.
Yeah, but well, the Mayweather one would be at least legit because he's an actual real fighter, but he's older, and the weight class are now they're too far apart.
No, my, not Mayweather and no, the Logan, the Paul brothers.
Yeah, well,
I don't think the Mayweather. My bad. That's individual. I mean, he beat him a couple.
Canelo will crush both these guys, so hopefully he doesn't waste his time with that. But yeah, we're talking about it. If it happens, we're going to talk about it. And Canelo's running out of big name opponents, like I mentioned last week. So again, this sport and boxing, nothing surprised me. So if it happens, it could happen.
And by the way, people, I'm going to plug Gilbert's TikTok, as my brother would say. He had who he would like to see as his 5 potential opponents for Canelo. So you can go check that out on TikTok.
Where though? You forgot my hand already?
Oh, Gil.sportsbeats.
You got it.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. So I got it right. But definitely, it's the summer. There's a lot of excitement going on. I mean, right now the Chargers are about 3-4 weeks away from their month and a half off, where they kind of go relax and wait for training camp. And I'm sure some of them are going to go on vacation and stuff. So that's where we're really going to have a lot of fun, because in between there we get the Mayweather Poirier number 3. So that's going to be exciting. Hopefully Gilbert, the compas are out in Vegas covering all that, so it'd be a lot of fun. But definitely this is going to be a really good summer when it comes to combat sports. I mean, obviously Canelo's not going to fight until probably September 16th. Yeah. So definitely it's going to be exciting, the combat sports and some of these pay-per-views coming up.
Yeah, this is a fun show, Fernando. We covered it all. We got we got Chargers rookie minicamp, we got Clippers NBA postseason, combat sports, all 3. We got MMA, wrestling, and boxing. I think you had to throw in some politics. So we got baseball in there too. So this is a very diverse sports podcast, man. Compas on the beat, and we got promos, Manscaped, Brewery X, Bourbon, Garrison Brothers. So Compas Mania, man, it's blowing up.
Oh, it's running wild, brother. But definitely, but Gilbert, I think it's time. Ya vámonos.
Yeah, I'm running out of energy. So ya nos vamos, pues vámonos.